Hi everyone, my name is Chendu, and in this video I'll be introducing some of the core topics that everyone have to use when he learning the AWS developer should familiar with. These are the including topics I am telling you about the AWS CLI, Boto3, Amazon S3 and CloudFront. I'll explain what each one of does do in this, how they used, how should they work in the inside AWS. These are the tools that have been automated for automation, storage and delivery cloud-based content efficiently. First, introduction to the AWS CLI. Let's start with CLI. CLI, it means it's command line interface. So this is a tool that let you manage the AWS services directly from the terminal instead of using the web interface. For example, using just a command like AWS is gonna list some of the S3 buckets, AC S3 buckets, and by using EC2 you can create the buckets. This is really helpful for the DevOps tasks like automation and scripting. You can launch EC2 instance, copy files, S3 and more, all without using the AWS console. And I use CloudShell also for this. It's a browser terminal on the AWS that comes with the CLI command line pre-installed by their commands. Next one, what is Boto3? Boto3 is which is an official Python SDK AWS. While CU is great for quick terminal commands, Boto3 is perfect when you want to while actual Python code to impact with the AWS service. For example, using Boto3, I wrote a script connects to the S3 with all my buckets just like CLI, but in Python this is the why we building automation topics, backed services, or using the AWS Lambda function that can need to manage resources programmatically. So if you're comfortable with the Python, Boto3 became a powerful tool in your developer tools. So what is CLI? What is the comparison between CLI and Boto3? In this, the difference you can see, CLI you can know command line base. It's a perfect for the quick task and the one lines, and you can use for the automations like shell scripts for using it directly in terminal. On the other hand, Boto3 is a code based. It's similar to Python. It's an ideal when you building actual software for using the sites of Python with just few lines of code. I can create buckets, upload files, or perform action just like with the CLI, but embedded into my application logic. Is this in short, we use CLI what you want in the fast terminal based control. For the Boto3 we use Python for the automation. So the next one, introduction to the Amazon S3. In this, Amazon S3 is a simple storage services. It's a core storage solutions in AWS. I let you store my type of data, files, images, backups securely and access it anywhere in its world. In my project, I created a bucket called my lab demo bucket inside the S3 cup, and you can upload there, managed by just folders. It's extremely scalable for this. S3 supports storage features like versioning, encryption, and lifecycle rules. It's a common use cases including the static website hosting, backups, and file storages. So this is the introduction for the S3. The next one, what is S3? S3 storage classes and Glacier. In this, let's you talk about the first storage classes in S3. Not all data needs to be accessed frequently, right? That's why we use AWS offers multiple options. For example, S3 stand is for frequently access to data. S3 infrequent accesses is cheaper. User for backups for less user data, so you can access frequently. So in infrequent accesses, the data is less often retrieved. So this is how S3 user. And then there is S3 Glacier. S3 Glacier and is a deep active which we designed for the long-term storage, perfect for the compliance data for archaeology logs. The next one is lifecycle rules. You can also automatically move objects from standard to Glacier. After a period in my bucket, I visited this lifecycle configurations tab when the rules are set, even though I didn't add any rule. It is to be a future to save that automatically done in the right storage. So the next topic is what is Amazon CloudFront. Amazon CloudFront is a content delivery network. It is called CDN. It's a helps the contents or images or videos or websites that foster catching its locations to across the globe. So instead of using users India or Europe accessing files like S3 bucket in the US CloudFront, services that content from the nearest edge server, reducing latency and improving performances. So it's commonly used in host static websites or distribute media. It also supports HTTPS access controls and integrates seamlessly with S3. In this I'll show the how to done in the demo. It will come up in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please keep subscribe and watch my videos. Wait for the next content. Thank you.